Hey, attorney Zach Bailey with the Marc Lopez Law Firm to talk a little bit about what could happen on a second OVWI offense with your driver's license. So one of the main concerns we get when someone calls our office with an OVWI case, especially their second case, is what's going to happen to my license. And for the most part, it varies county by county what they're willing to do with specialized driving privileges or whatever it takes to keep you driving. So give us a call and we can talk to you about your specific case in your specific county and what it means for you. But it's sort of a broad, general idea of what can happen. A second OVWI offense requires, at a minimum, a 1-year driver's license suspension. So this is much more severe than a first-time OVWI offense, where sometimes the suspension is 60, 90 days, something like that. So it's case by case, but it requires at least 1 year. Now, as with any OVWI case, the driver's license suspension can be as long as the possible sentence on the case. So if you're looking at a second OVWI within the last 7 years, and it's a possibility of a 2.5-year sentence, the court could impose a 910-day license suspension on your case. Now that's just for the case itself. The Indiana statute also has the possibility of a refusal suspension. So if you were looking at a first-time OVWI case and they alleged a chemical test refusal, where you told the officer, no, I won't take a chemical test, you have to get a warrant for my blood, that comes within an automatic 1-year license suspension. For a second-time offense, that comes within an automatic 2-year license suspension. So it's very important you don't refuse a chemical test. Now, if you already have, and the case has already been filed, that's something we can try to work through, but that 2-year possible suspension is in addition to the 1-year minimum and 2.5-year maximum suspension that the court could impose. So the sentence could be up to 4.5 years. Now there's also a possible suspension that could come from the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, an HTV, habitual traffic violator suspension. If this is your second OVWI offense or third OVWI offense, and some other requirements are met, maybe a lot of tickets, something like that, the BMV can impose an additional suspension of 5 or 10 years on your license. So with a second-time OVWI, the stakes are so much higher for what can happen to your license. Now we can get in there and try to minimize that impact on you, either trying to shorten the suspension or trying to keep you driving with specialized driving privileges while the case is pending or when the case is resolved. Whatever it is, we can help with the situation, but the possibilities for a second-time DUI or OVWI are much greater than for a first-time case. So for any kind of case like this, give us a call and let's see how we can limit the suspension possibilities from the court and the BMV and do as much as we can to get you on the road as soon as possible. Again, give us a call at the Marc Lopez Law Firm, 317-632-3642. And remember, always plead the fifth.